What's that? Mucking about with the dankest of magics? Why, it's Wandering Monster. Roll initiative!
Hello and welcome once again to Wandering Monster, America's tabletop showcase, where we endeavor to show you how the games you're curious about are played mechanically and narratively. I am John Baltusberger.
I am Charles R. Bernard.
And I'm Mr. Paschke.
And holy shit, there's only three of us. We haven't had three people on this show since it was just me, Charles, and Lemons. This is terrifying, but
we tripled the number of people from last week.
Dare I say,
so
it's intimate.
Should we refer to this as a menage a trois or a power trio?
I like. How about a trio of power tops?
How would that even work, John?
Someone's got to be the power bottom
So,
in this
Charles,
situation.
have you ever watched Greek wrestling?
Yes.
Have you ever watched like WWE wrestling where like there's two people wrestling, then the third guy like comes out of the side with a chair? Combine those.
Okay.
Combine those. So we're naked, we're oiled up, and we're friends. We're going at it.
There's so much hair.
It's a game of King of the Mountain.
All over the place.
No,
I'm cool with that.
Guys, I'm almost hairless after chemo.
Lucky you.
It is smooth.
Yeah, but all of this right here, it's gonna come off and it's gonna get stuck to you.
And I will feel manlier than I have in a long time. Friends, we are, first of all, happy Halloween. Look, I know it's a week away. But we're not gonna be here on Halloween. We're here now.
Yep.
And what I have to say is that we wanted to embrace what Halloween is actually about, which is dressing up, being spooky, and punching the ever-loving shit out of fascists.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Tonight, you will notice we are sans Ian Servas, who is on a romantic date with his lady friend to see a concert and watch music, something the three of us fully endorse. We're also without Bridget, who is unfortunately on a work trip, something the three of us vehemently despise.
That's a demerit for Bridget.
That's true. And Mr. Kevin Welch is also out because he is sucking Grandfather Nurgle's dick. Which,
also
like,
a demerit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like service to grandfather,
servicing the grandfather.
Servicing grandfather, yeah. Yeah, no, the plague god conquers all, so I think we got to give him an out on that.
The plague god is the true power top.
Yes, yeah. Kevin will die and live again, as so we all shall.
As only a plague-ridden sub can. Tonight, friends, we are playing Here, There, Be Monsters. This game is by Wendi Yu, a trans creator from Brazil who kind of put this game together as a response to the propaganda, homophobic, transphobic, and kind of fascist-y flavors of modern urban fantasy. Stuff like BPRD, Men in Black, SCP, things where like the government comes and deals with weird stuff. And as the queer community is often considered, well, queer, outsiders, weird stuff that has been like handled by the government, it rubbed Wendi wrong, right? And this really spoke to me because I wrote my first series, The Book of Zev, because I was kind of fed up with the anti-Semitism in the same urban fantasy that Wendi was looking at. So both of us are trying to address grossness in a media that, frankly, we kind of like. Here There Be Monsters is unapologetically queer and unapologetically anti-fascist, anti-capitalist, which is the things that many of the members of this podcast are also unapologetically
Just how we
queer.
like it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yep.
this is
Just how we like it.
I told my partner Des just the other day, I was like, as I get older, I'm getting queerer and weirder and less apologetic. So we are playing this game. It's pretty simple mechanically, and the world building is really good. So we're gonna see some cool world stuff. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. When Ian runs this show, he prepares adventures and like knows what's going to happen, and he has us on a leash and knows where those leashes need to lead. When I run those games, I sit in the corner with a beer and think, well, it'd be cool if they got to punch some Nazis. I should try to figure out a way to put that in when we're playing. So do not expect this to be as polished as a cerveza. Instead, you're getting a Baltus joint.
Yep. Rough and a little bit raggedy, but it'll get you high.
I mean, both are enjoyable. So
they're just different styles. Ian will be back next week, I promise, with some like well-run shit. Friends, tell me about your characters, and then I'll kind of tell you what's up.
Well, you know what? I goddamn demand to go first, as is my right.
Charles should go first. Yes,
that's right. And alphabetically speaking, I am I just barely outrank Pashke. So I tonight will be playing. I believe I decided this is pronounced Berglurglurg, but I'm actually going to go by Lorgar Burger because that amuses me. I'm a fish one, meaning that I have gray scaly skin, eyes that kind of bug out. My teeth are a little bit fangy, and interestingly, like usually you hear fish person and you think like no nose, like fishes don't have noses, right? They do, but I mean like people like noses. Well, I went the other way with it. I do have a quite majestic nose that is made out of a stubby little narwhal horn.
Nice.
So I not only does it look good, but I like peck people with if they get too close. It's kind of like a headbutt that's sharp, just like peck them. So yeah, and let's see. I believe I'm a servant of Dagon. So yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's me, fish guy with a spiky nose.
All right. Oh, I like to go last. So, all right. My name is Melkri. I picked the troll character because I like the notion of having a magical gem on my belly that if people rub, they can make a wish. I did not find anything about this in my character sheet, but I'm committed to being a troll.
So my little sister had a collection of those troll dolls that was like, I mean, numbered in the multiple hundreds. It was alarming how many of them she had. And I believe they all went to like a good cause, some sort of children's charity. But like, yeah, a lot of belly rubbing for good luck in her life, I guess.
But just regular old troll says I got to pick what kind of bridge I lived underneath, and I was thinking railroad, not like a standard pedestrian bridge. Hopefully one where they ship a lot of meat, so if it falls, I can eat it. Hobbies, interests are, skulking around the local school, trying to find that annoying kid that everyone hates and wishes would go away so I can make him go away and, get dinner. And by that, I mean, I'm going to eat your children.
So on the troll description, it mentions that you've been accused of cannibalism. It sounds like you're leaning into the accusation and saying you absolutely do, in fact, eat peoples.
Look, little Billy Bartlett was the worst kid failing his classes, not paying attention, stole candy from the other kids. Like I saw him kick a dog. Okay.
Yeah. Enough said.
Unacceptable.
Um,
Unacceptable.
you know, and with cannibalism rumors, I've often found that where there's smoke, there's fire. Cooking a delicious haunch
Nope, it's
of human.
delicious.
It's delicious when trolls
Yep.
are involved.
Delicious.
I love it. I love it. I'm just pulling up the character sheets here, because I like the way the screen washes out my face. But
Yeah.
also, good
Good little
God,
strong
it's bright. But also, so you guys are members of a group. Now, this group is large, globally spanning, whose entire efforts are helping out anomalous beings, protecting magic from those kind of government sponsored sacks of shit that are always trying to hurt the magical. Sometimes you do have to like step in and stop a anomalous being from hurting innocent people. But more often than not, you're protecting your own community from the vast majority that has othered you. What is the name of your group?
Let me see. The International Monsters of Le Monde, the IMM.
Okay.
It's a play on the International Workers of the World, the IWW.
There's also
Who
an
are
IMM that is a one of those like new age ripoff colleges.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go with it either way.
Yeah, no, IMM is fine. So there is no central leadership of IMM, right? There's no big boss. There's just individual cells that try to share information and resources to help each other out, and generally it's kind of like chapters. Each area has a chapter that kind of bends together. Your particular chapter is close-knit group. No one really knows who y'all are, but you're rowdy, you're playful. Besides the two of you, there's also Pillow, a genius homunculus who studies philosophy, and Wirt, a political cartoonist who doesn't have a face. Think The Question from DC Comics, but less of a right-wing conspiracy nut.
Yeah, The Question was such a bag of shit.
Yeah, less
people, viewers at home. The character Rorschach, the right-wing character Rorschach, was a specific satire of The Question. It was created by Mike Ditko, because Ditko's politics were like very right-wing and objectivist, actually. And Alan Moore was like, "Fuck that," and turned Rorschach into a villain, basically. And people were
a
like,
neo-Nazi piece of shit.
Yeah.
So Wirt is not a right-wing nut job. He just doesn't have a face, and he makes political cartoons. It's up to you whether they're any good or not.
I'd say like every 10th cartoon is a good one. Like it's statistically
like shit, complete banger.
Yeah. Statistically, they should
yeah.
be more average than this, but it's just all channeled into that 10th one.
Gotcha.
You're like you got hired by like Moneyball editorial staff people, huh? They were like, "We know he's a reach, but every 10th cartoon is gonna sell out copies."
People subscribe to the newspaper specifically to get his 10th comic.
Yeah.
So Wirt and Pillow tend to hang out at your base. Where's your base? Your base is accessed through underground tunnels under the city that link up to a liminal space that pops you out in a pocket dimension inside an abandoned castle left by some long dead alien civilization. Now, most of it is like weird medieval alien stuff, but it does have a fantastic bar. So
Does
yeah.
it have any alien booze in it?
Oh, it's chock-a-block full of alien booze, my dude.
Okay.
You can't
I want to try that
sneeze.
stuff. Yeah.
You can't sneeze.
I would like
in
the
that
green.
bar. You would like the green?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's green, and I want to try it.
It's true. So when you drink it, well, are you shooting it, sipping it, trying to mix it with something? What are you doing?
You know,
Shoot it.
you gotta take a little sipple, get it on your palate, then down a shot, full experience, and then you figure out what you're going to mix it with.
Okay, so you expect it to be minty because it's green.
Yes.
It is not minty.
Disappointment.
Imagine if Fireball whiskey was a rum instead of a whiskey, but was also good tasting.
I have had a cinnamon
pretty
rum
good,
before.
actually.
And carbonated.
Ooh. I
Okay.
want some.
Yeah, like it's real good, dog.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one of those too. Yeah,
All
and
right.
and I'd like to just scope out the bar and see if there's anyone we know.
So at this particular bar, this is the bar inside your home base. So like Word
gotcha.
is sitting
Never
at the
mind then.
bar. There is
So we know everybody, hopefully.
Yeah, you know everyone here. There is a bar, or it's called the Pub, that is upside in the city, where you guys, people like you, anomalous beings, can gather safely. But that is not here. Right now, you're at your home base.
Let's see. Okay.
And to move us right along, you get let's say Pillow, the homunculus. For those of you not familiar, Frankenstein's monster, Adam, would be considered a homunculus, a man-made life form, usually stitched together from many different things.
But in fairness, also usually smaller than a normal human in occult lore. Frankenstein was a big boy because Dr. Frankenstein had to make his tiny vessels like big enough that he could work on them with a needle and thread. True fact. Read the book. So like that's why he was so big, because Dr. Frankenstein could only work with so small,
So
how big is this homunculus?
Pillow is 4'3". He has one chicken leg, one chihuahua leg. His body, he's wearing clothes. You don't know what his body looks like. One of his arms is a chimpanzee arm.
I was gonna want to ask how much monkey is in the homunculus.
Yeah. One monkey arm. The other arm is a porcupine arm, because porcupines are cute. And his face is Mike Lindell from My Pillow.
That poor creature.
Yeah,
He sounded like a beautiful, majestic beast until the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no.
Down.
You don't understand. The homunculus actually slew Mike Lindell and wears his tanned face as a trophy.
Okay.
So, no.
Yeah.
Pillow's head comes from Mike Lindell's aborted twin brother.
Even cooler.
Yeah. But picture Mike Lindell if he had never been addicted to crack cocaine.
I can't. Mustache or no mustache?
Glorious forked beard.
Beard. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Pillow kind of trundles up to the bar, hops on one of the stools, looks at you guys. Hey guys. I'm a little concerned. I'm concerned that he's apparently Bobcat. he reaches into the back pocket and pops a map on the bar, and you can see it's a map of the city. You also see that there are big red X's kind of drawn in Sharpie over various sites. You both do magic, but Charles, I'm going to ask you to make the first roll of the night. And because you can do magic, you can roll 3d6 and take the 2 highest.
Okay. Okay, well, that's easy. Those are both 2s. So, and we'll do 2 and 5 are my.
So 7.
So 7, I think, is a success.
Great.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Right on the threshold.
Yeah. So the way it works is whenever you try to do something, you roll 2d6, and if it's a 6 or lower, you fail. 7 to 9, you succeed, but maybe there's a complication or you don't quite get all the information you wanted. And if it's a 10 or better, you succeed perfectly. With that roll, you immediately see a pattern in these X's. It is drawing out a weird sigil. But
is it a sigil I recognize?
You recognize that it is a sigil, but you don't think you can really. You know what? Okay. I think you would be able to tell this is a sigil that is supposed to empower, but that's all the information you're able to discern.
Okay.
So these X's are marking the spots where explosions and murders have been taking place. Both. The explosions caused the murder, or maybe the explosions are covering up the murder. Anyway, our peoples are dying out there.
I think Murder by Explosion is a great Death Clock song.
Yeah. Right after Bloodrick did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been electrocuted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will point out to Bobcat Homunculus that Bobunculus, if you will, that that they form a pattern that is a sigil that I recognize, or I don't recognize it, but I recognize it as a sigil. So something is a foot.
That's what I was thinking. I'm worried that it's almost complete.
And do you have any idea based on the symbol? Because I don't fully recognize it. Although I totally graduated from Magician College, I promise. But just for those who didn't graduate from Magician College,
way to call me
where
out.
would the last where would the last point in that theoretical construct, like whereabout would it land?
I am not familiar enough to know where it should be.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to maybe check around and try to get that information yourselves.
Like, it's almost Fat Albert, that voice.
Yeah, I'm not doing a good job of keeping the character voice straight. I also was just thinking, like, how would Mike Lindell sound?
You know,
do I want to punch myself in the face?
Just think, like, not quite Chicago voice for Mike Lindell, but you know, it's a homunculus, so just, the porcupine quills are getting in the way.
Yeah, that's
I should have given him a porcupine head. Porcupines are so cute, but nope. It's Ike Lindell.
We're afraid that there are explosions and murders. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go investigate and do crime scene stuff.
Because you think, one of you thinks, I don't care which one of you thinks this, but one of you thinks that you might be able to find someone who's more versed in magic sigils at maybe the pub.
Okay.
Or you could try going to a library and doing the research yourself.
Yeah, but the
Fuck
pub
that.
has more booze.
The pub
Yeah,
does have more
exactly.
booze.
That sounds like a plan to me. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I've researched, not really this particular fish person's bag. Big bag of salmon eggs. That's more like my bag. But
yeah. But we can go do some
all
research
right.
while wetting your gills. I mean,
Yeah, let's do it. In fact,
Cool.
I bet that would be a fun way to imbibe if you were a fish person, just straight to the gills,
having put alcohol in a hookah and smoked it before, it's an interesting way to get drunk for like 2 minutes.
Fish people
I didn't think.
prefer anal chugging, actually.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right. I forget what that's called, man. I'm getting
Butt
too
chugging?
old.
Oh yeah, it's butt chugging.
Yeah.
That's
Now
the
there's another name for it now. I forget what it is though. Anyway, yeah.
Kill me now. Hey, this is a wandering monster PSA. Don't
Yeah.
give yourself a vodka enema.
Yeah, the
Use-
more you fucking know. Don't give yourself a vodka
Yeah,
enema.
vodka is
It's a
too
bad
strong.
idea.
You could kill yourself. Use something like a
Yeah.
wine or a
Oh.
Or
beer.
a nice creme de menthe. A nice
Man,
creme de
okay,
menthe might work out.
A red wine enema would be the opposite of getting like your beehole bleached. just stain that shit.
Just a burgundy, just a permanently irritated looking, like.
That was my nickname in high school.
It's not my bunghole, it's my plum hole. Like that's great.
The two of you head to the pub. Now, the pub is, I'm reading this straight from the book, just in case anyone's wondering. The pub is the place where everyone from the anonymous and occult corners of the city can gather to drink, dance, gossip, watch live performances, or generally just have fun together. It's run by a couple of loud lesbian lizards. Instead of like reptilians, I mean like actual lizards, like Gila monsters are sitting behind the bar, like gossiping at each other and smooching. Uh, the pub is always filled with all kinds of freaks, monsters, sickos, and weirdos. Charles, you'll fit right in.
Hell yeah.
A strong geese forbids anyone from fighting inside it. So it also functions as kind of a sanctuary for people that are on the run or in a neutral ground where conflicts can be peacefully resolved. Just be careful when going out. The geese only works on the inside. And that's all stuff you guys would know as probably frequent frequenters of this bar. So there's a few things going on right now. When you walk in, there is a live band playing called the Vile Viziers. You see off to the side, there is a large bat-like humanoid in like a vinyl dress, smoking off to the side of the stage. And if you crane your neck just right, you see the person that can probably help you, a being known as the dragon. Now, the dragon is a massive caterpillar curled up on a couch, smoking a hookah.
I got this one. Yeah, I spend one song rocking out to the Vile Viziers. But after that song's done, I'm gonna make my sweaty way over to the dragon's table.
Okay. The dragon inhales his hookah and exhales a large, kind of sickly sweet smelling cloud of hashish and shisha smoke into the air. What can I do for you?
All right, Matney, you get sorry, Pashki, you get first question.
All right. So are we passing or are we just bogarting that? Sorry. Actual question. Uh I would like to know if you recognize this, and like slides over the I did we got like a bar napkin earlier from our homunculus friend, right? Or what did he draw it on?
Oh, he gave you a map of the city, like a folding map of the city.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that. All right, so I unfold the map and I slide it over, and then I continue to eyeball the hookah and doing
He,
the
you see his little grub hands like grab the hookah, hold it out, and then his other grub hands like how caterpillars do with her.
Mhm,
Anyway,
mhm.
he's looking. Oh, that's interesting. That is something. Yes,
I
I recognize it.
I would like to order this fine caterpillar a drink to help lubricate him and perhaps ease him into helping us with an explanation, and also
Okay.
just to be friendly because he's taking time out of his bong ripping schedule to talk to us, which is always nice.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. Um, as soon as you like flag over the server, who is just a delightful twink in the tiniest spandex shorts, that leave.
Woof.
I'm gonna just let you know there is no need for imagination here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna paint you a word picture, but yowza. Um, is a beautiful sight, and you're not sure if they are a sparkly person or just covered in body glitter, but doesn't really matter because it's great either way. um,
As smooth, almost as smooth and hairless as John's chest right now.
My character sheet says that I'm hungry. Does that apply currently?
it
Well, it didn't
probably
say
does.
thirsty on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say depends on how you like your meat.
Mm,
um but yeah, you're always hungry.
Mm.
This place does serve food. And remember, there's a geese that will not allow you to enact violence on any of the twinks or anyone
okay.
else for that matter.
No eating the
You keep
Twinkies. Got
saying
it.
you keep saying a geese.
Yeah, is it a goose? Like, huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
sure. It is
Yeah.
a word I've only ever seen written.
Okay, what is how's it spelled?
Geas.
Right? I don't have a guy. I'm like,
It's
a
it's
fucking
used in so
warlock, and I've
many.
never even.
Yeah, I was gonna say again, having read so many magical stuff, it's Geas. Yeah, it's a spell. It's a contractual spell.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I think
Okay,
geese is usually kind of synonymous to like cantrip. Like
okay.
I think
I've
fairies are
heard
supposed to be
cantrip,
pretty.
right?
Fairies are supposed to be
Okay,
pretty
all
up on
right.
geeses.
So there's
Anyway,
not a giant goose guarding the door, preventing us from doing anything.
there is, but that's
Because that's
unrelated.
kind of what I was
Okay.
picturing. Was like goose
Completely
bouncers,
unrelated.
just like
Gary
ready
is
to
not
whoop
stopping
ass.
you from fighting. Gary would love for you to fight, but you can't.
Gary's got a knife in his beak, and he's just like, huh? Huh?
Peace was never an option.
Fu-
As soon as you step outside this
Fucking
place, I'm
Gary,
fucking cutting you. Is what Gary is
just
honking.
another fucking Gary. Yeah.
Exactly. Um, but anyway, as soon as you wave over the server and like make any kind of motion of like I'm going to buy the dragon a drink, he's gone. Like he knows what the dragon's drinking. Um, I appreciate the drink, I do. Um, but this is business.
So
You
food.
have this map. You have these X's. What exactly is it you want to know from me?
If this pattern continues, where will the next explosion murder happen? That's one word, explosion murder.
Explosion murder.
Yeah, it's German,
Interesting.
I think.
It's interesting that you mentioned German, as I do, in fact, recognize this sigil. I do think that it is probably being perpetrated by our German friends. He gives you look. He has a caterpillar face. There's not a lot of like facial expressions he can make at you, but you get the idea. He's giving you the hairy eyeball
That's a
with
good
his
pun,
giant
John. I like it.
unblinking eye.
Yeah, that is a Charles quality dad pun. That is good. Giving us the hairy eyeball. I like it. I'm assuming he's one of those furry caterpillars because they're adorable. It's toxic.
He is. If he wasn't 9 feet tall, he'd be adorable.
Yeah. So, our German friends, I'm assuming that he doesn't mean like the people behind Essenspiel, but rather Americans who cosplay as Germans of a certain time period.
He is probably talking about the Watchers of the Many-Angled One, which is a neo-Nazi occultist group.
I love that this person did their homework. Holy shit.
It's dudes, this book
yeah.
is so good. It's so great in every way.
For those of you playing at home, that's a reference to real world Nazi occult group, the Order of Nine Angles, who are heavily featured in my book, Black Sunrise on Piss Earth, which will be coming out
Who's publishing that?
in next year through an exciting new thing that we're doing at Madness Art Press.
Yeah, we're not
John
going to
should
say
just take 2 seconds.
we
Yeah.
still need to get all of our ducks in a row before we make the official announcement, but be
Right.
excited, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all would know this group because they are dedicated to getting magical artifacts. They are dedicated to attempting to wrangle anomalous beings into like experimentation to create Ubermen, like standard evil Nazi shit. I want to point out in the book by Wendi, it mentions if you want to use the Watchers in your game, don't worry about making them complex antagonists. Don't worry about making them have a point. Don't worry about making them charismatic. They don't need any of that. They are Nazis.
Yep. Yeah.
So, Wendi, I love you. Full stop.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah. So yeah, they're Nazis. You know they're Nazis. You know they're involved in occult shit. And as a reminder, you know that this sigil is an empowering sigil.
So they're probably getting ready to activate some sort of fucking abomination of some kind.
It would be a good bet to guess that they're trying to either activate something or empower some kind of abomination. Whatever they're doing, they're gearing up towards something.
Okay.
The dragon leans back, looking over the map, and sucks in air through its mandibles, not even looking as one of its little grubby hands grabs the drink that the server brings back and downs it.
I like to imagine it passing the drink up, like from one hand.
No, absolutely, 100%.
The other to get all the way to its face, you know?
He takes a big long puff on the hookah and then sighs. I want to tell you where the final piece of this puzzle goes. I do. But I have a reputation. Tit for tat. Information.
All right.
Or let's say a favor. You can owe me a favor.
So, what is this dragon's reputation?
It's it's not quite as immoral as like if Al Capone said you would owe him a favor, but the dragon is an information broker and is not really um morals are not his strong point. But that
But-
said, he's also not one to I say it is not one to really dive into the hurt people just to hurt people game. That said, owing him a favor could put you at odds with other groups, other people. It could also uh be an extremely dangerous favor. And the downside is turning down a favor owed is real bad business in the magical community,
So
as
what?
it is one of the main like forms of currency. If you squelch on a favor owed, then you're worthless.
It's like writing
Your
a
word
bad
is
check.
worthless.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever he comes calling, we have to basically drop whatever we're doing for him then and there.
Yeah, that is
Considering, all right, so at the International Monsters of Le Monde, our motto is an injury to one monster is an injury to all. But we have to weigh whatever favor we're going to owe the dragon against the possibility of another explosion murder. So
I mean,
murder explosion, if you will.
so just
yeah,
real
murder
quick,
explosion.
can we just question the dragon? For not trying to be rude, Mr. Dragon, but is the potential life of all these other creatures that will explosion murdered to come? You'll sleep well knowing that you could have prevented it.
Do
And-
I look like someone who sleeps? I understand what you're asking. I do. And again, I want to help you. But I don't do that for free.
I think I got $5.
Hang on it. too.
Side
Let's
huddle,
see.
side huddle. I think I
Yeah.
got five. I think I got $5 on me. How much do you have?
I've got $2.47.
In puka
I think
shells.
I've got a full Jamba Juice punch card.
Oh, that's good. That's
Um,
pretty valuable. That could be worth it. Let's see. I've got.
Do you
some
think that he'd be
sticks.
interested in a salsa dance? Because I could salsa dance with it. I'm a champion salsa dancer.
I've got this Lunchable nachos and salsa that I took off of a kid that I was helping home. I'm not gonna eat it. Do you think you would take that?
Maybe. All right, let's stack all this together and make a counter offer of
Okay.
$7.47, a full Jamba Juice punch card, a nacho based Lunchable, and
Yeah,
a
yeah.
personal salsa dance. Not a nacho dance, a salsa dance in exchange for this information. That's a
All right.
lot more than just like some favor.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
tangible.
I just
can
don't like
eat
owing
that.
people. So,
Yeah.
all right, we go up to the dragon. Hey, buddy.
If you're not serious, that's fine. But I would ask that you not waste my time.
All right. I think that we just have to owe this dude a favor.
I think you're right. I think look, we are
Besides which-
serious.
He
Yeah,
extends one of his
but as
many
m-
hands.
Okay, yeah. I extend one of my two hands and
All right,
shake.
y'all shake.
One of my webbed hands.
You
'Cause
shake.
My hands are webbed.
Yeah, you get a little tips, not tipsy, but a little tripsy. He's a psychedelic boy.
Yeah.
You can now see the sounds in the bar. It's lovely. It is
Nice.
not a bad high. It's just not one you were expecting. Uh, he leans back, takes a puff on his hookah one more time. I would hurry if I were you. Actually, he circles a space on the map. That now that he has circled it, it seems like obviously that is where the next attack would be.
All right.
I can't be sure, but I believe the night market is there tonight.
Mm.
The
When
night
does the
market is
night
a
market
moving, anomalous market that moves around the city.
I'm assuming we'd know when it starts, right? Like that would
Yeah,
just
you
be
would,
player
even if you
character
didn't know off the
knowledge.
top of your
Yeah.
head, it'd be easy to find that out. Like
So-
anyone at
Okay.
this bar would know.
So it just pops up in different like buildings, or is it like a different portal opens and takes us to this market?
It opens up in different buildings.
Okay.
Kind of like the market in Neverwhere, if you've read that.
Okay.
And if you haven't,
You know,
just read.
it doesn't matter when it starts really. We just got to get there ASAP. So let's see if either of us have an ability that can get us there like post haste. Do 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 do. La la. I've got Aquamancy, so if we have a sewer nearby, I might be able to do something.
And Mr. Petchke, you also have some music. Magic.
I am looking over my magic.
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 Now, I will say the dragon isn't supposed to do business in the pub. But I forgot about that before that scene, so we're gonna pretend it's fine.
I think the Lunchable swayed him over, and that's how we got it to happen.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, ain't no bribe like a snack bribe. I've always
I
said.
prefer the cheese pizza Lunchables personally.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think that there is like, are there actual nacho Lunchables?
Yes, there are.
They're little
They
tiny chips.
I bet they're terrible.
Yeah, they're
it's
fucking
not
awful.
good, but it's like I had them as a kid, so it's like, oh man, I'm gonna hate this, but like the first 5 or 10, I'm gonna be nostalgic. So yeah.
That's fair. Who hasn't done something for painful nostalgia?
I was about to ask if they make Lunchables for adults, and then I realized that like
that's a
charcuterie contradiction in terms. No, that's a contradiction in terms. Like if you're eating a Lunchable, you're not an adult by definition. So like, there's no such thing as.
To be fair,
I could say, are there Lunchables for big kids? You know, but
I bought a Totino's pizza the other day because they're square and they remind me of school lunch pizzas.
Oh yeah. Those are the days.
Those were the days. Okay, so yeah. Do either of you want to try to twist your words around to make a spell that will get you there faster?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna well, Pashki, do you have anything more directly related than sewer surfing?
I've got puns as a magic, which I am.
That's such good magic.
It is great magic, but whenever I'm on the spot, I can't make puns. Whenever I'm just relaxed, then it's like, oh yeah, puns. Why not? So I think the sewer magic is our best way.
All right. I'm these secret tunnels that are under the city. I'm assuming that they lead to the vicinity of this building that we're headed toward.
They do now.
Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna hobnob your creativity here.
All right, now Pashki, I need you to climb up on my back. I'm a fish person, and you're just gonna ride me like a surfboard.
Now he's a giant troll.
How giant we talking?
I think it's pretty darn big, aren't you?
I don't recall looking at the size. Looking for.
And I have Burgle Gurgle's character sheet pulled up, so I don't see it.
I don't.
Oh, Lorgar Burger is how you pronounce my name actually. And I'm just looking at aquamancy, which means the use of water and magic. So I'm going
Oh,
to actually be summoning a wave.
yeah. Now you can use any of those keywords though.
Let's see here.
Water, skin, and shadow are your keywords.
Yeah, I'm gonna use water, and I'm gonna get us there aboard a very fast moving and specific and highly precise wave.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter if my companion's ginormous. I'll just have us both like body surf.
All right.
I was
I
gonna
mean-
I was gonna see about getting us some surfboards, but if you're a giant, that's gonna be tough anyway.
I mean, is there like an inner tube? Maybe you can just pull me and I'll ride behind and.
Sure. Yeah. Here I'll tie this. Like I'll just use rope standard kit and make him some reins that are tied to my horn
All right.
nose.
I'm down.
And then I'll I'm
Sounds
just
fine
gonna
to me.
like straighten out my body and get those webbed feet and hands a moving. And I have to roll. Do I get? Is it 3 die or 2 for this?
You're gonna roll 3 die, but you also need to bet something. You need to.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about this? I bet my nose horn.
Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
bet my goddamn nose horn. That's how serious I am.
That is
Wow.
that
Yeah,
is
I don't
serious.
fuck around. Charles Bernard does not. Lorgar Burger does not fuck around. Oh, hey, how about that? A 6 and a 5. I don't even need to roll again
That is
for
very
my
good.
advantage.
So that is going
Yep.
to go real well. Now you do need to roll the d6 one more time.
Okay. God
let's see
damn it.
here.
And there it is. And I rolled a 3 that time.
All right.
Do I take the 2 highest or the 3 and the 6?
Let me see. I'm trying to. So in this game, when you rolled magic, you barter something. Let's go 1 to 5. D6. Oh, what'd you roll again?
2 6s and a 3.
Okay. We'll keep that 3 for your gamble. You get to keep it, but it warps. Instead of being a narwhal horn, you kind of have a like antler on your nose now.
Cool.
So it
Neat.
is warped by the magic. And away you go. Surfing USA.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's do either of you sing?
I don't think I saw singing on my character sheet.
Surfing safari.
Control F.
I don't even know if that's a real
Control
Beach
F.
Boys song or if I'm just misremembering stuff, or if that was like a fucking commercial. It just sounds.
Either way, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't have singing anywhere on my character sheet.
I
So-
don't think I do either, but I can't sing in real life either. So it's
I
fine.
think
I could
think
sing in the
probably-
language of troll.
I think what happens is as you're going, Lorgar Burgle Gurgle,
Lorgar Burger.
Lorgar Burger, begins belting out mariachi tunes.
Yeah.
You're a champion salsa
Uh,
dancer. Why not some mariachi or norteño?
Oh
Your
man.
choice.
Norteño? Okay, yeah. I don't speak Spanish, but it would be something like, as we are astride the wave, as we ride on the back of Santissa Muerte. It's muy caliente. I don't know.
I
I'm
like that
fucking
it
terrible at
immediately
shit,
went
but
to
yeah.
when the moon hit you. That's the
Dude,
tune you were singing.
I cannot sing or improvise. I know a shamefully small amount of Spanish, so that's probably a big lift for me.
As
The dumb
a
surf and safari, that you can have that one.
as a man who spent most of his youth working in kitchens, I know a lot of profanity and how to prepare eggs. Yeah, it's fine. Y'all make record time through the city on your little surf wave before finally reaching let's say the closest manhole to the where the night market is going to be tonight. And related where
A manhole at the night market just happens to be the name of a film I've starred in.
It's pretty good.
Thank
Every
you.
night, just after the stars come out, in a large trap street. What's a trap street?
It's the hood where you go to get drugs.
Oh, in a
No,
large trap
that's
street,
the trap. I mean, I don't know.
you can only find it if you know what to look for. The night market takes place. Dozens of vendors set up their stalls that are selling everything imaginable, from rare potions to ingredients to smuggled magical artifacts. Money is not usually accepted here. Bartering is a preferred form of currency, and the market is organized by a rotating council of merchants who keep an eye on everyone. Theft is harshly punished. Haggling is recommended. Um, the market is already underway. It is night. Now you know. And there are lots of anomalous beings and humans with a foot in the anomalous world wandering around the market. And I can describe some of the stalls to you if you want, or you can kind of look for, you know, uh,
Well, the question of strategy here, like, is do we want to identify how somebody's going to blow shit up and prevent them, or do we want to evacuate everybody from the area? I don't know.
I mean, identifying where they could be blowing it up is a method of going about this. Like, is there like we could investigate for like some kind of an obvious like place that could do the most damage? Like, is there a silo of turpentine above everything that if it explodes, it would? I don't know.
one of you, whichever one of you feels most intelligent at this given moment, roll me 2d6.
Not me, man.
All right, all right.
I'll be thinking about silos of turpentine for the rest of the night.
That's two
Viewers and
threes.
listeners, if your town has a silo full of turpentine, please write us and let us know.
That's okay. You do not see any silos of turpentine.
Okay,
Mm,
not a
Charles, go
surprise
ahead and
there.
Charles, go ahead and roll me 2d6 as well.
You got it. Da, 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 5 and 4. So that's like a
Fine.
basic success, I believe.
It occurs to you that no matter what you think of Nazis, they're not great at
My
hiding
opinion
what
is
they
very
are.
low. That's true.
They're real bad at blending in with non-Nazis because they just can't fucking help themselves. They have a look and a smell. And so
Do I need to get a boost onto my troll friend's massive shoulders so that I can scout the area for suspected Nazis?
that is definitely one way to do it.
Can I climb you like a big climbing wall, Pashki?
I mean, I'm a troll. I think we've all seen Troll Hunter, classic Norwegian film. Yes, very climbable. Go for it. Just careful
Cool.
around the nipple hairs is all I'm gonna say.
All right. I'll be sensual around the nipple hairs. Wait, let's see if I have an ability that's applicable to this. I don't think I do. I don't think this is Aquamancy, nor do I
I
think
mean,
Warrior of
if you
Dagon.
work the nipple hairs enough, it could become Aquamancy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb. So I don't know what kind of skill check that is, John, but did we lose John?
Is John on mute?
John's on mute because Bean started barking. And I was banning someone from our Twitch chat. Not you, Bridget. You're fine. Uh, you don't need to roll anything. I think if you started to slip, your troll friend would probably like help you up.
Probably. In fact, he
So-
could probably just pick me up and put me on his shoulder.
I
But
could.
I like
but
climbing him. So
yeah, like
yeah,
I just
it helps.
like you're climbing. I'm
gets
just
my
gently
cardio
like
in, yeah.
nudging up a little bit. It's like, come on, you got,
Yeah.
you got. There you go. Just all right.
Yeah. It's a team building exercise.
Mhm.
All right. I survey the landscape in search of fascists.
Okay, go ahead and now make me a roll.
3 or 2D.
Let me just look. Let's see here. Alchemy,
It doesn't matter. I'm screwed no matter what. Doesn't matter.
What'd you roll?
A 1 and a 2. So even if I got a 6 for my third one,
I
that
think
would
you
be
could
below the
argue.
threshold.
Well, it would, because you just need to roll higher than a 6. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's the threshold. Okay.
yeah, six
yeah.
is the threshold. So
I'll roll one more then, and let's
roll one
let's see if
more.
I
I'm
can-
going to say that being a warrior of Dagon, you are trained to spot enemies.
Well, I rolled a 1, so that would be a 1, a 2, and a
Okay.
1.
All right.
I fall to my death. No, I don't know.
You get up there and you're like scouting around with your fish eyes, and it occurs to you that humans all look alike to you. like you're not
Fair enough.
racist. You're not racist, but
Yeah.
don't they
I'm
all
just
kind
not
of
used to human physiognomy, you know?
Exactly.
I
Two
I
eyes.
can tell fish people apart, but
Yeah.
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 That fleshy thing in the middle, not even a horn, I might add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm bad at this. It's your
So-
turn, Oleg, or
All right. Old leg. Got that one old leg. The other one's off of a baby. I don't want to tell you how I got that leg.
Stop making fun of Pillow.
All right. I got 9 total, 3 and a 6
Okay.
for my
Nice.
attempts to look and differentiate between the bipedal, 2 eyes, like basically everyone's got 2 of everything. They're symmetrical. That's boring.
It is pretty boring.
yeah. Look at my
Um,
antler. It's awesome.
So you are kind of looking around, scoping stuff out, getting in the way as y'all are just kind of doing this in the middle of the market as people try to like walk around you. And eventually you see a man in, I don't know, let's just say red suspenders,
Okay.
slip
Yeah.
behind a tent. Slip behind one of the stalls.
Did we find
All
Santa?
right. What?
Santa's the ultimate fascist.
Well, didn't Waldo have red suspenders? Little
No,
fuck.
he just had a sweater.
And a cane.
Okay.
And a hat.
Did he have a cane?
Okay,
I remember
one of
the
the
hat.
one of the Wallow characters had a cane. I could be misremembering. I thought Wallow had a cane. I'm not
There were
confident on that
multiple
one.
characters in that.
There
thing?
was the yellow and black Waldo. There was regular Waldo. There was Lady Waldo. There was the wizard. There was the dog, Waldo.
Whoa! I didn't have enough of those books. I guess.
I don't remember. There might have been more. There might not have been. But yeah. Anyhow, we're playing a game about monsters.
We are.
So like, I'm assuming that the yellow Waldo was called Maldo.
It is Waldo.
I
It is
just
the
remember.
evil Waldo.
Waldo.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I always called him as a kid. Evil Waldo was what I referred
Evil
to him
Waldo.
as.
Yeah, Maldo.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, Mario to Wario, Waldo to Maldo. Okay, so what is that stall selling out of curiosity?
That stall is selling. Give me one moment. That stall
Cryptocurrency.
is. Nope, that is the library. Oh, that's fine. It is the stall looks like your typical like flea market stall, just like piled high with tons of junk. There is someone there that is dressed in a trench coat. You see small red hands emerging from various points in the coat, trying to hold it closed, and it wobbles a little bit as though it was not one person, but let's say three diminutive persons standing on each other's shoulders. There's a sign next to the stall that says, "Not booms." Um,
The search
when,
continues.
when the proprietor sees you looking over there, they wave you over like, come look, not booms. We have good products, not booms at all.
Sounds good. I tromble over.
Okay. In front
I
of
don't know how
you,
to properly express my suspicion, but I think they might be involved in booms of some kind.
No, sign says not booms. Common mistake.
Not booms.
as
Okay.
you get up there, every item at the stall is very obviously a bomb that is poorly disguised as something else. like like there's a book, like a self-help book with an alarm clock wired to it and wires sticking out between the pages. The book is good, makes you unleash potential, like Tony Robbins.
That's why it says it's time to change your life on it.
Yeah, no, it really changed your life.
And
What's,
all right,
can I
this
see the
is
rabbit?
the same person. What's that?
Oh.
I would like to see the rabbit. I'm assuming there's a rabbit.
There is a rabbit. The rabbit is wearing a vest strapped with tiny dynamite sticks. It looks concerned.
Adorable. So is this person talking to us the same person who we saw tiny red hands emerging from their trench coat?
Yes.
All right, I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna say let's engage right into it. I think I'm gonna use Warrior of Dagon and take a swipe at their midsection. It doesn't say
I
what
want to
kind
point
of.
out before you do this, that while this proprietor is the one with the supposedly three people in trench coat, they are not the person in red suspenders that went behind the tent.
No, but they are distributing explosives. I mean,
They are.
well, all right. Let's go check behind the place, I guess. Okay, we'll go do that instead. Hashkey, unless you want to.
I mean, I'm still interested in the
I would hate
rabbit.
for a tragic. Okay, you
would hate
check
for a
out the
tragic-
rabbit. Huh?
Sorry, you would hate the lag sometimes here, people. It's kind of bad. You were about to say something, and I was more interested in that than my off comment. You go talk.
All right. I was going to say, do you want to come with me around back, or do you want to stay here and pet the explosive rabbit while I go look for our red suspendered not friend?
Do we split the party? Do we do this to John?
There's only two of you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's split the party. You go, and I will haggle down the price of this bunny.
Okay,
I
sounds
want
good.
to eat it.
You do that, and I I approve. I will mosey behind the tent and see what's up.
All right. We'll start with you, Charles. As you head behind the tent, you see a small group of I'm gonna call them as I see them, motherfuckers, kind of gathered around a big crate. You see the guy in the red suspenders, and next to him, like if someone did a comic book about like here's the different kinds of neo-Nazis, it would be this group. Like you see a biker, there. You see the skinhead with the red suspenders. You see one of those neo goth girls with a half shaved head and the like 1488 tattooed on the scalp there. And just like
a rogues gallery of fucknuts. Yeah,
these guys could call them their little group the dog whistles, because they're chock-a-block full of them, and they are doing something with a crate.
A crate, huh?
With a crate.
Well, I would like to. Do I want to be or do I want to have right out of the gate? I would like to be a warrior of Dagon and with a fierce, fishy war cry, which I'm gonna have Pashki do for me because I'm not very good at war cries. I would like to fling myself into fierce, unarmed, clawed, web-fingered combat with these people.
Okay.
What kind of war cry are you looking for?
A fishy one.
That was wildebeest.
I want that isolated so that I can have that as a ringtone.
As your alarm.
That too. Just want to have it around. All right, I'll roll D3 for this. 3D6. 4 and a 1. Oh, and a 6. So
that's a great success, my friend.
10. Great success.
You warble and throw yourself into the thick of it. Fun thing, they did not see you coming.
No one sees the fishmen coming.
Let's see here. There were, let's say, 4 of them. I think I described 4 people. Yeah, I did. Awesome. Roll 1d6 for me, real quick.
Okay. And that would be 3.
3. What kind of shoes do you wear? Your character, not you.
Fishing boots.
Fishing boots. 3 inches of your
like
fishing
galoshes
goes right up the suspender dude's ass. You just, the thing is if he survives tonight, he's never not going to be pooping ever again.
Yeah.
He just
it's not so much the depth,
his anus.
It's the width of the galosh plus it's it's wet proof, so I'm good to go.
You're fine.
All right, cool.
All
right.
And like that is your intro to the scene, but because you rolled a 10, which is a great success, and you mentioned using your fishy claws, like you boot up him, and like use your other foot, like you essentially mountain climb. Like you have your purchase in his asshole, you push down that, put your other foot on his back, climb up, and just swipe right through. You just swipe that 1488 tattoo right off that woman's head, along with most of her scalp.
Nice. I liked it. This feels like we're playing Splatter League. It's great.
Can we be honest? I run almost everything like on Splatter League.
John brings his own particular flavor to the game. That's for sure. It's a flavor that I very much enjoy.
The flavor's always dead Nazis, by the way.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
She is screaming because losing your scalp doesn't kill you immediately. I don't look, the noise that the man whose foot you have inserted, it's not so much a scream, but it is a No.
Can we have can we have it be the goofy Yahoo!
I think it's Luigi.
Just 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 because it amuses me.
Yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it. Um that's that's my official D and that's my official GM ruling. Yeah, fuck it. Uh
Yeah.
Now, however, you are being attacked. So roll me 2d6 as the goth and the biker take swipes at you. One has a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, and the other has a switchblade because they're nothing if not stereotypes.
Yep. That's 2 threes for a grand total of 6.
Okay, roll one more time because you are still invoking your warrior nature.
And the last one was a 6, so that's a
So it's a
combined 9 with the 6 and 3. Yep.
Fantastic. That means so when you get fucked up, when you get hurt, when something happens, you get a condition. It's like a extra little tag that I can invoke to make you roll 3 dice and take the lowest 2, essentially giving you disadvantage as opposed to advantage.
Mhm.
Because you did get a 9 instead of a 10, you're still going to get condition, but it's not going to be as bad. So let's say you have a bruised shoulder, as you get thwacked right in the shoulder meat with the baseball bat. Luckily, your scales deflect the barbed wire, so you don't take too much damage, but you're definitely smarting and hurting.
Shoulder
Hold that
injury.
thought.
Got it.
Mr. Patchkey,
Oi.
what do you want to offer them for this rabbit?
Well, so first thing on my character sheet here, do I actually have an inventory? Because I have gone over this a couple times and I have not seen my list of items. So is it just whatever I want to inject?
So you have a have tag.
Okay.
Let me see here. But that said, like, I'm not a stickler, and anything that you could reasonably have, you can just
Okay.
have.
All right.
We came
Um,
up with 747, a Lunchable, and a
Yeah.
Jamba Juice card earlier.
I just wanted spirit of the game, want to stick to it as close as I can for the sake of playtesting.
mhm.
So I just wanted to clarify on that first. Okay.
Where is? Oh, there's Melcree.
Mm,
Melcree. You have a long coat
yes.
and a journal. But yeah,
oh,
if you honestly, that journal probably worth a pretty penny in the night market.
I think just pages from that journal could be worth a pretty penny because they're of long missing friends.
No, I think that's probably true. Find a good entry, tell me what it is, and then offer it to the proprietor.
So I open it up to one of the earlier pages from when I was in Troll Elementary School, Troll Elementary.
Mhm.
And I take a page and I carefully remove it. I'm like, this in the 3rd Troll school grade was my best friend who went off with his parents to a distant country somewhere in the Western Hemisphere, and I haven't heard from him again. I would like to trade my memories of this friend for this bunny.
What is the memory on that page?
It is of the other troll and myself, kind of growing up, experimenting with how to be a troll, what it is to be alive, looking at the other trolls as they don't realize we're there because we were little pervert trolls.
Nice, nice. Okay,
So a little incriminating, a little innocent youth, not knowing any better.
okay. One of the hands reaches out and snacks
Adorable.
the page from you, and you hear a heavy inhale as something inside the coat snorts it, and then sticks it back out and passes it up, and looks at it and says, "Okay, 2 memories."
I don't know. I don't know if this rabbit here is worth even half that memory.
You don't know what this.
I might give you that memory if you throw in and I point at a 1950s television set.
The TV is worth that entire journal, sir. Right? The rabbit looks up and goes, "Man, I don't fucking know."
So, what do you say we call it even? The memory for the rabbit.
This is a good rabbit.
I don't know how good of a rabbit he is. Let me see. Let me see these ears. And I go over to the rabbit and I've massive troll hands coming down on the tiny little
You
bunny.
see the rabbit's eyes getting bigger and bigger, like
Just picking it up, just like, all right, little guy, listen, just be cool and act like you're not worth that memory, and I'll get you out of here. Okay.
I don't want to die.
I know you don't want to die, and I don't want to kill you. and so I put him down, and I'm just like, rabbit's not that impressive. I think I might just take the memory back. Just give me the memory back.
I like the part where you describe this troll's butt. You hear that, like, that squeak from the very bottom of the trench coat. I like the part about the butt. All right, I like the part about the butt. You have yourself a deal, and the page disappears into the coat.
Okay. Come on, little buddy. Scoop up the rabbit. You should really take those explosives off. We're gonna need them.
You don't have thumbs.
Oh.
As you're picking up the rabbit, you hear a blood-curdling scream from behind the tent, as well as a and what sounds like someone maybe getting stuck in the mud and trying to pull their shoe out. Which, hey, on the nose.
Accompanied by Yahoo! You gonna come to my rescue? Or
Oh yeah, we're on our way out. I got the rabbit.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the bombs off of the rabbit so that we can throw them at the Nazis.
Oh, okay.
And also we have a talking
cool.
rabbit
That's a good
now.
idea.
So
what's the rabbit's name?
New party member.
yeah, the rabbit's name is Rabberto.
Roberto, I like it. Okay.
Algernon? You could name him Algernon. Or was that a mouse? I don't remember.
Man, I'm gonna have to make you roll for this dynamite, dude. Please roll good.
So 2d6.
I can't imagine anything in your thing that would help you.
But Roberto is a pun, and I have pun magic.
That's true.
Your magic words are fire and cold. You need to make puns out of fire and cold.
Okay. All right. Well, this could be a hot situation if it goes wrong.
That's true. I will let you use your magic if it goes wrong.
All right. I rolled a 2 and a 4. That's a 6.
And tell me, if this dynamite were to suddenly explode, what would you attempt to do with your magic?
Well, I would like to save the little bunny because it's funnier that way if I have a little bunny friend.
It is.
But you can move the explosion somewhere where it might do some good.
Yeah.
That's true.
The guy's ass that I kicked.
Your foot is still technically in there, though.
Only 3 inches, remember?
That's true.
Could my magic swap the relative position of the rabbit sans bombs with one of the Nazis? So I'm holding a Nazi now covered in bombs that are about to go off. I'll take a hit. I don't care. I just think it'd be funny if just like one of the Nazi kids is getting his foot shoved up his ass. Then next to him, one of the guys just vanishes and there's a rabbit. And then I'm holding a Nazi strapped with explosives.
I'm going to.
For one thing, it would look like the Nazi got turned into a rabbit because, like, blink, there'd be a rabbit there, which is pretty cool.
I'm going to tell you that I think this idea is fire, so I allow it.
Okay.
roll me that 3d6.
All right, 3d6s. That's a 6, a 5, and a 1. So 12.
Yeah, all right, you rolled a 6. That
Sounded
means
like
it's
you were
awesome.
rolling those dice inside your mouth.
All right.
That's how I get the good rolls. I just gotta
Now I
put the
need you
dice
to
in there and
roll.
taste them.
I need you to roll a 1d6 now.
All right, in or out of my mouth.
The dealer's choice.
That's a 6.
Awesome. Okay. You realize as you are casting this that you have unconsciously wagered the rabbit itself as part of your spell.
Oh no, Roberto.
But as you're like, it's too late. The rabbit fades from your hands, and instead there is, I think it's funniest if it's the goth. Suddenly in your arms covered in bombs. Like, I think that's more funny than the biker.
Okay.
You see this goth in your arms look up at you, eyes wide, like, what's happening? And then it explodes. You're covered in, let's call them giblets. But also you're going to take a new condition. Let's call it heavily singed. You are hurt,
Heavily
you are
singed.
in pain, and you're going to just like kind of have disadvantage for most things for a bit.
It was worth it.
No, totally. It was great. I loved it. However, you did wager a rabbit, and even though the rabbit is not lost because you rolled real well, the rabbit is irrevocably changed.
No, no.
And in this case, because of the magic used, you have fused the rabbit with part of the elemental planes of fire. This is now a fire elemental bunny.
That's a win. That's a win, right? Right? I think we did okay.
I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
These don't have to be bad. They could be good changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, John, that's what I'm always trying to tell you about chaos, and you never listen. You're always just like the emperor this, the emperor that.
I am not. John loves space fascism.
We'll say that for our forthcoming never to be launched 40K podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
There's still one more Nazi. And Mr.
I got something for him.
Mr. Bernard, guess what? Is your turn.
Well, what I have for him is poison daggers.
That's right. You have poison daggers.
Yes, multiple. And I'm not sure how many that implies, but however many it is, I'm going to stick them all right in him.
Okay. So I want you to roll.
See. Okay.
3d6. Take the two highest.
2 4s first and a 1. So that's 8 total.
Okay. What does that poison do generally? What do you think that poison does?
Naturally. Let's call it a neurotoxin that causes in small doses, like it might even be good for people with high blood pressure, but in large doses, your heart stops, no more breathing, etc.
So it's a kind of a blood thinner. Is that what?
Yeah, it's a neurotoxin, so it slows all of your autonomic responses.
You run up and you shank this dude, and you're like, this will stop your heart. Unfortunately, he reacts very badly to the blood thinner, and he squirts blood out of his eyes into your eyes, and you're blinded. He's dead. Like, don't worry about it. He's geysering blood out of his eyes. Hard to survive that. but
Permanently or for a number of turns?
just for like a couple of turns until you wipe the
Okay,
blood
cool.
out of your eyes. There
Been there,
is
done that.
there is
Jeez.
still one surviving Nazi, and it's his turn, which he is going to use his turn to roll around on the ground, clutching at his ruined rectum.
Also something that I've done. Yeah.
Now, before anyone takes their turn, I will point out that you could try to get information about their plan, what they were doing, if they have an artifact or a monster, like what's going on, or you can just kill him.
Yeah, so while he's squirming and everything, I would reach down. Imagine since he's bigger, it wouldn't be a tiny thing, it would be more of a, "Hi, I want to know what your plan is, or we'll make," and then I take my finger and I kind of poke at his bottom, and I'm just like, "We'll make that feel even worse than it already does."
I can't tell if I'm pooping or not.
Did you just
Yes.
refer to it as his bottom, Pashki?
Pashki did not
Not his
refer to it as
ass.
his ass or his butt.
Not his ass, not his butt, his bottom.
Trolls are very polite creatures. I think we all know this.
Yeah, if the internet has taught me one thing.
I want y'all to know that Ian Servas apparently got home from his concert because he's losing his fucking mind in chat.
with delight or with complete frustration?
With delight. He has requested that you buy the 3 seashells and also do a Wilhelm scream.
My Wilhelm scream button died. I'm really sad about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I need to.
That's
I
a
need
really
to
nice
learn to do a
button.
better
I know.
Wilhelm scream. Yeah.
I don't know. I just do what I'm told, and now my butt's broke real bad. Is what he says.
My butt's broke. Ah,
Real
that's just a
bad.
good laugh.
Who told you what to do?
I don't know, some fucking Nazi bitch. Look, I don't want to know their names.
Yeah.
No. They go by something else. What do they go by? Oh, Father Enoch. Father Enoch told me.
Where can we
All right,
find
now
Father Enoch?
They I'm not going to say it because I don't want to. They start shouting out Nazi slogans and things.
now you get to squash them.
Just the squashiest squash.
Yep.
There is a small crowd starting to gather around you. The good news is they're Nazis. And the anomalous community is, aware that that Nazis are fucking scum. Because everyone's aware in a good world, and this is a good world. At least your community is. You have the feeling. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please continue.
You guys have the feeling that this is not over. The sigil has been cast, and they're going to try again and again to capture the magic and do whatever they are trying to do. However, you have saved the night market, which if the Nazis had done what they wanted to do, like who knows how many would have died tonight. On the other hand, you now owe a favor to the maybe one of the most dangerous mobsters in the anomalous community. So that will be fun.
The Psychedelic Pillar or whatever it is. Yeah.
And his
dragon.
partner, the hip However,
I deserved that.
we are going to call it here tonight.
Cool.
Having
Okay.
Excellent stopping point.
having successfully stopped a Nazi plot to cause an explosion, and with a setup for a next game, should we choose to play it. So this has been Here There Be Monsters. It has a truly troika number of classes and beings that you could be. It's a D100 list. And it was kind of a joy. I randomly generated all of these, and it was a lot of fun. The very last uh uh one on there is you. Actually, you as a player, you have found yourself inside the game. Don't ask how. It's totally your fault.
Fun. Yeah,
but
it's a lot of fun. And if you are looking for where to find it, if you look at any of our social posts for this episode and the show notes for the episode, any of those places, we'll have a tiny URL link that'll take you right there so you can acquire your very own copy from the wonderful Wendi Yu. And thank you for sharing this with us, Wendi. It was rad.
yeah, I bought my copy on Exalted Funeral. I'm not sure where we're linking it, if it's on Itch or Exalted. We do both. But it's a really cool book. And like I said, as soon as I saw it, it was like the back copy is hunt monster hunters, punch Nazi occultists, eat the rich, protect each other, fight back. Here, there, be monsters. It's cool.
Yep.
It looks great. And it was an absolute joy to read. I'll pop a review of it on our website soon, or I'll do a TikTok video review because those are easy for me to kind of sit down and get done. What to say? It's a fun game, super simple system. I highly recommend it, especially if you are like us, anti-fascist, anti-capitalist, and you want to kind of glorify in the monstrous, because it's cool to do so. So like Charles said, thank you, Wendi Yu, for letting us do it. Real quick, I also want to thank Bog Wizard for our intro and outro music, which is Barbaria off the album Purple Miasmic Smoke. It's slamming, and they do a lot of cool shit, and you can find their stuff on Big Cartel, also in the show notes. We have some new stuff. My new book, No Guilt of Bloodshed, is out right now. It's a splattery Jewish Western filled with bloodshed and sex that apparently is pretty good according to reviews. So I'm happy I didn't fuck that all up. We released a new book. Well, we re-released a book by Wrath James White yesterday called Pure Hate. The cover is by Simone Temeta. And it's great. It's a serial killer book. So if you're into serial killers and brutal literature, Pure Hate is a really good one to pick up. Two more announcements. The first one, Madness Heart Games, is now on Drive-Thru RPG. So you can find any of our digital stuff on Drive-Thru RPG. That's Red Room, that's Odd Gobs, Morkabeans, Apostles of Affliction, and Whispers of the Dead Saint, all on Drive-Thru. We'll also be, anything we make, we'll be putting on Drive-Thru RPG for you to check out. The other thing is, we've been on Itch for a while, itch.io, and as this is Halloween week now, there is a sale going on. We are part of the Itch Halloween sale. So if you go to our Itch page, you can get a bundle for like 50% of everything we've done, other than Red Room, because that just released, and I wouldn't feel comfortable putting it on dirt cheap sale right away. But that you can get all of our stuff for real cheap right now, and I highly recommend you do it. I think that's it for us tonight. I had a blast. Thank you guys for joining me.
Yeah, this was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Friends, thank you so much for joining us on this consensual journey we call Wandering Monster. My name is John Baldisberger.
Charles R. Boonard.
Mr. Paschke.
We will be back next week on Dia de los Muertos, in fact. But until then, stay safe, stay scared, and happy fucking Halloween, y'all.